Good evening, Monarch fans, and welcome to another edition of Monarch Monday here on Sports Talk with Rags. And tonight, here we have the honor of having the head coach of Monarch men's tennis here, Coach Dom, with us. Dom, how are you doing tonight?
Well, thanks for having me, Mark. I'm doing great.
Hey, no, I appreciate your time. I know that I've been busy with work and family stuff, and the podcast is a hobby. But I appreciate you, staying in touch, sending me a text message on what's going on with Monarch Tennis. So how are things here in the fall?
Well, a lot of things are happening, right? Besides our regular fall season, so sort of finishing them up. We have our last team tournament this upcoming weekend, where we're traveling to Princeton, playing them, Notre Dame, Memphis, and Ole Miss. So really good field. And then we got 3 guys that advanced in it. They call it the so-called ITA pathway in order to qualify for the NCAA individually. So it starts with regionals, then you can go to sectionals. You can go to a conference masters, which essentially every conference sends 1 singles player and 1 doubles team. And yeah, we had guys advancing up that pathway. So in 2 weeks, we have a singles player and a doubles team going to San Diego to represent the Sun Belt at the Masters, and then another singles guy advanced to sectional. So yeah, if you play in the last weekend of the fall and you still have three players competing, I think you're having a pretty good fall as a program.
Yeah, and tennis and golf, there are a couple of the NCAA sports that have both fall and a spring official season, right?
Yeah, so officially we count as a year-long sport, even though everything that happens in the fall is just individual based. So even though they play under let's call it the ODU flag, the results only count for the individual results, individual rankings, and they have nothing to do with the team ranking. Well, I think it has something to do with maybe preseason team ranking, right? A team that has a lot of good individual results has a high team preseason ranking, but then it has, like, you can win every match in the fall and have a bad team season, where you can also lose every match in the fall but win the NCAAs in the spring as a team. So it's more like you're getting a lot of matches, getting the guys ready. So they're still separate, even though we're a year-long sport.
Okay, gotcha. And then also, I mean, what do we have in the NCAA's? For a match, 6 singles and three double matches.
Correct. So yeah, the other part of the fall is we're trying to find our doubles combination, right? You got to see what guys have a good vibe, which 2 guys play with each other, finding 3 teams like that. And then for singles, it's not just getting the guys matches in, but also plugging them in the right spot in the lineup, because it's not as easy as always to say 1 to 6 is your order of strength. You also sometimes put your lineup a little based on skill or maybe playing style. Certain game style maybe fits higher in the lineup, and another game style fits maybe lower in the lineup. So the fall is also there to figure out our lineup for January.
Yeah, and just like any other sports, there and with technology, there's data analysis there in the tennis game.
Absolutely, right? I mean, you turn on the tennis channel or you watch the Grand Slam on ESPN, and after every set, they give you all the stats, unforced error, aces, break points converted, and all that. So, yeah, there's a little bit of science to it as well. Especially we are playing the no ad, right? In the pros, they play deuce and advantage. We are on deuce, we play deciding point. So I think from the data standpoint, we might arguably have more pressure points or pressure situations than the pros do due to our format.
And is that format based on, so matches aren't 5 hours?
You nailed it. Exactly. Yes. The idea is to have it a more fan-friendly format, so that it's still unpredictable, right? We don't have a clock, but with the no ad format, it makes it a little more predictable. It puts it in a little closer window so that fans really stay there from start to end.
Yeah, and with tennis being pretty much a year-round sport. I mean, so I guess once summer gets here, that's when you go to tennis tournaments to recruit.
Well, recruiting is also a year-long thing, right?
Okay.
I mean, there's slower periods, there are hotter periods. Actually, right now, the signing period is coming up in a couple of weeks. So,
Okay.
so we had a couple visits already this fall. I'm actually going to Europe in a couple of weeks to see a couple players for 26 and 27 play live. So I think at the end of the fall, the summer is definitely a hot period,
Right.
especially with the transfer portal now right after the season ends. But it's still a year-long thing.
Yeah, and to piggyback on what you just referred to with the transfer portal, I mean that seems to be affecting every college sport.
Yeah, it's just the truth. Is the new reality. I mean, we got hit by that. I mean, we lost our top two guys from last year to the transfer portal. It's a new reality. On one hand, it's a little sad, but on the other hand, it's like, and that's what I think me and my assistant coach was saying over the summer. You only lose your top guys if they're good, right? You don't lose players if they are not good. So I think it also validates our work that we are developing guys that are. I mean, we have guys that went to top 10 programs, right? And they wouldn't have gotten all these offers if they weren't that good. And then I think as a coach, you can fight it, or you can just embrace the fact that if you keep developing these players, that you might not have them for 4 years anymore, like you had in the past. That you might accept that if you get really good guys in, you might only have them for a couple of years and make the best out of it, and still enjoy the ride. Right, we had a great time with those guys that transferred out, and it was nothing personal from them, and it was healthy. It was there were no hard feelings,
Right.
and that's just unfortunately the new part. And at the end of the day, I don't blame the kids. It's a system, right? You can't blame the kids for making those decisions.
Right. And the other thing, I mean, with in the workforce, you might go somewhere with a promotion, there in the transfer portal, I mean, yes, you hate to see, your program lose a player, but then when you see, the player moving on, to, bigger, I mean, it's just where college athletics are, and it's good when they leave on good terms, and
Yes.
no hard feelings, and at the end of the day, it's about relationships, and it just one person moves on, then another one. I mean, how did the spring go there last year? I mean, Monarch Tennis has been on a nice run here lately.
Absolutely. And I think and as a coach, you have two options, right? You can either feel sorry for yourself and blame the system,
Right.
or you can try to see the positive and keep working. And it's sort of that glass half full, half empty mindset, right? And I think the lucky thing is we won the conference 3 years in a row, right? We actually used the fact that we developed these guys in recruiting, right? Because then the summer hit and we had to replace them.
Right.
And we used it in recruiting. It's like, listen, we're developing these guys. You can win championships here. And I think the positive of the system is, and then you add roster sizes to that, or roster limits, excuse me. I think it actually opens the door in freshman recruiting. Like what we saw this summer, we're actually getting looks at potentially better freshmen than we have in the past. Because all the big schools, they want to fill up their rosters with transfers versus freshmen. They want the proven commodity. And then with limited roster spots now, it's even harder. So I think arguably our freshman recruiting, as long as we keep having the success, is actually could potentially become stronger than before. It's more about retainment. Yeah. So that's what I mean with seeing the glass. We see the glass half full. We feel like with our product, we can attract better freshmen than we have before. And I think there's still a chance for us to keep rising versus again, feeling sorry for ourselves and saying that the transfer portal is ruining everything.
Right, right. And the thing is, I mean, like one of my longtime bosses, at work, he said, "Hey, we could be negative, then it just promotes negativity rather than, just, keep on keeping on, working hard, hitting that grind, and just moving on, rather than feeling sorry, and it's also opportunities there for those borderline players. There the year before, work
Yep.
hard at their game, and then there's opportunities for them to be in the starting lineup the next season.
100%. And that's what we've always done, right? We're never a program that just recruited the top players. We were always developing. We call it developing from within. Guys moving up in the lineup from one year to the other. And that's what we're seeing right now. I mean, right now, one of our guys that moved up that pathway, one of the guys that I mentioned, he was a guy that was sort of in and out of the lineup last year as a freshman. And now in his second year, he is most likely playing high in the lineup. And that's a great opportunity also for these players with these spots opening up.
Right. Yes, and what? Let's see. Are we nearing year 10 here of you leading Monarch tennis?
It's year 10. This is year 10, correct?
Yes. Yeah. And hey, and appreciate you coming back on, and definitely gotta mention a mutual friend there with Johan.
Yeah.
Being a Monarch alum and working with my brother and connecting us, there when you first came on. So also here, so you finish up the fall, and then before the spring season, there's kind of a fundraiser there for the tennis program there in January, right?
Correct. You mentioned it's my 10th season here at ODU. It's also our 10th anniversary of the Monarch Smash, our annual fundraiser, where we're bringing the community to our tennis center. It's actually January 10 and 11, Saturday the 10th. We have a cocktail party upstairs in our mezzanine at the tennis center with open bar, music, some auction, silent auction, just bringing the community together, and then Sunday morning tennis tournament.
Okay.
And number one, it's bringing the community together, letting our fans meet the team. And I think in the last year we decided to move that event into January, sort of as a kickoff into the spring season. So
right.
The next week we already have our first home matches. So really excited about continuing, because the community and the fan base, that's also, we couldn't do all of that without them, right? And we're a really unique setup with running our tennis facility as a club. So we have a lot of people coming through the doors, but it doesn't mean that they automatically come to watch our matches.
Right.
Events like that really help us, also give back, thank them for the support, and promote our team within the tennis community.
Okay. All right. Yes. And see there with what you were talking about with the conference masters, that looks like November 6th through the 10th. So so right after, this weekend's match up there in New Jersey, then it's for those players going to the Masters. Now with those players being individual, with them playing under the ODU team, do you still go and travel with those individuals?
Absolutely. We take them. It's still an ODU event.
Yeah,
we're still coaching them. It's just that the results have no impact on our team rankings or our team season. It's just for their individual results. Or then, as I said, potentially for their spot in the lineup.
Right. And then if they qualify out of that weekend, then they go to Orlando later on in the month.
Correct. That's what it's called, the pathway. That's the last weekend where players can qualify for the individual NCAAs. Correct.
Okay. All right. And then let's see. So I see that the spring schedule is not out yet, but also come there right as the spring season's kicking off, then you have a little celebration with opening up a new scoreboard.
Yes, we're really very fortunate that we finally, well, I guess we can say having an outdoor scoreboard. Anybody who has been around our facility the last couple of weeks and months have seen the construction, and the board is up. They're just finalizing the electricity and all that technology behind it, but the board is up, and we're really thankful to the Beavers family, Brandon and Aiden. They have been great supporters of both of our programs, women's and men's tennis, over the years, and they made that happen. And that's why the scoreboard also has the Beavers Family Foundation on there. Okay. And yeah, they saw the need. They talked to us, and they were really generous of providing this for our teams. And in February we're gonna have a little opening for that. So a little. Yeah, after the Monarch Smash, it's going to be like a little ceremony where we officially open that scoreboard before the outdoor season. Okay. But anybody that's been to our facility will and has not seen it yet, now it has a real stadium feel. Now it's a little more enclosed. You have this really big scope. And we're joking, like people are saying, NASA gave us a call that they see it from up there. So it's that big. It's massive. It has that big ODU logo. So I think that's going to enhance the fan experience for our outdoor matches. Now that people can really know the scores and know what's going on every court, and also for our players. Yeah, and it just feels better, playing in a facility like that. So we're really excited and really thankful to the Beaver family to make that happen for our programs.
Yeah, yes, and the thing is every sport looking for those fundraisers, looking for those donations, and then also looking to here it is 2025, looking to upgrade, to not only upgrade the facility, but then upgrade the facility to make the fan experience and to also market your program to recruits.
Yeah, but ultimately it's all about the players, right? You want to, you want to give them the best possible experience. And right, everybody has a different definition for that, right? Experience on one hand is winning titles, becoming a better tennis player, becoming a better human, getting a degree. There's so much stuff that goes into it. But ultimately, those fundraisers, where it's not just the tangible stuff, right? The scoreboards and the facilities, and over the years we've fundraised for live streaming cameras, but it's also the intangible stuff, like paying for their summer school so they can graduate in 4 years. So this has nothing to do with the athletic performances, but it's also integral. It's really important that they get their degree in 4 years and be successful afterwards. So I think that's also really important that we're stressing in our fundraisers. Yes, of course, a lot of that money goes into our program, into our tennis success, but a big percentage of that also goes into the academics for our guys. And I think it's really important for me to make sure that everybody understands we're not just, we're living in an age of NIL, and we're not fundraising to put a lot of money into our guys' pockets. Don't get me wrong. Do we want to do that? And do we want to, stay on par with our competition 100%? But our fundraising is mainly set up to enhance our guys' experience and make sure they graduate here in 4 years.
Right. Yes. And when it comes to a Sun Belt conference championship, does Old Dominion have an opportunity to host, or is that at a neutral site, or how does the conference do there with the conference tournament?
Well, it's a great. So the conference tournament is a neutral site. The Sun Belt is really high on neutral site competition. If you look at other sports, right, that's the Sun Belt's philosophy. And then we're very similar to, I would say, the baseball format, where the highest 16 teams after the regular season host, and 3 other teams come there, pots of 4. They play out one winner that goes on to the Sweet 16, and then Sweet 16 is also super regional, just like in baseball, and then the final 8 teams come to the final side. So very similar model than what baseball has. And and now that we're talking about baseball, it sort of ties it all in, right? We're just building a new baseball stadium so that they can host, because we had that a couple of years ago happening, right? That our baseball team couldn't host. And we're fortunate our facility is up to par. We have that scoreboard, we have cameras, we have the outdoor courts, indoor backup. So if any of our teams, men or women, would make it into the top 16, we have the capability and the support that we could host the first 2 rounds.
Oh, okay. All right. Gotcha. And, and then also, with the fall being individual, I mean, you pretty much, I guess, when they come on campus to get ready for the fall semester, they're jumping right into to practice and get ready for that fall schedule, and then and then have a break, and then the spring there is with team and individual and conference, right? Is that how it's kind of broken up?
Roughly, yeah. So since we're a spring sport, our guys don't need to come here before the fall semester starts. Right. Like the fall sports, they come usually in the summer already or second summer session. So our guys come, and then the first 3 to 4 weeks, we're doing a little preseason block. So we're doing a bunch of 6 a.m.s conditioning to get the guys in shape, practice a lot, get our fitness up to par. And then at the end of September, we start with tournament play that goes till, we just talked about it, mid-November. And then we have a little break, Thanksgiving, Christmas, the guys have to take finals. And I think that's where we are also very unique sport, is that once they come back in the spring, in January, we immediately start matches.
Gotcha.
Right, and that's the fall sports, they also start, but they can bring in their guys a month before in the summer, lead up to it. Basketball plays sort of through the Christmas break. Baseball doesn't really start till February, but for us, spring semester starts. Like actually this year, we have 2 home matches before school even starts. So, and that's not unique to us, but any tennis program is really reliant on what our players do over the break at home by themselves, right? This 3 weeks between finals and spring semester starting, we're not together. Everybody's at home. They're doing their own thing. Christmas, it's New Year's. It's not usually the time where you want to work hard, right?
Right.
It's usually off season for a tennis player, for the professional tennis player. So we're really going to make sure that every tennis program needs to make sure that their players are working hard over the break, coming back in shape, because the season starts right away, right out of the gate.
Yes, and I know that you guys have had a great last few years there in the spring. They're with winning conference titles, and I know that definitely springboarding there with looking forward to the 26 season, especially there with the Monster Mash, and then the opening of the new scoreboard. Exciting times here when the 26 season starts.
Yeah, and we have a lot of fun home matches. The Ivy League, they're really strong in tennis. Like out of the 8 teams, the last couple of years, 5 of them usually make the tournament. So in tennis, we actually don't consider them like a mid-mag. In tennis, they are like Power 5. They're
right.
Yeah. And we got 3 of them at home this year: Cornell, Yale, and UPenn, all coming to us. Okay. And I think sort of the highlight of our home schedule is we're hosting Virginia Tech February 13th. That's a Friday for a 6 p.m. match. So at our indoor facility, Friday night, 6 p.m. Yeah. We're really hoping to fill our facility, and our athletic department, everybody's excited to play Virginia Tech, and especially when they come to Norfolk. And we're fortunate to have that home away with them going. Last year we beat them 4-3 at their courts. A couple years ago they beat us 4-3 here. So if you go by history, it's gonna be a nail biter, and hopefully a lot of people can come out and support us that Friday night.
Yes, and then singles and doubles are 2 out of 3, no 3 out of 5, right?
Singles is 2 out of 3, but doubles is just 1 set. So your doubles will bring 3 doubles matches at the same time, but just one set, and that only counts for 1 point.
Okay.
Yeah, so whoever wins a doubles point gets 1 point, and then you have 6 singles matches. They all count 1 point each, so there's 7 points on the board, and the team who wins 4 wins a dual match.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, Coach Dom, appreciate you coming on, talking about Monarch tennis, and thank you for keeping me in the loop on what's going on, and appreciate your time for coming back on again, and safe travels up there to New Jersey
Thank you.
here for the final match, and then the individuals that are going on to San Diego here in a couple weeks. There's still some unfinished business here for Monarch Tennis.
100%. Our goal is to get someone through to the NCAA tournament in Orlando. So thanks for having me, Mark, and go Monarchs.
All right, go Monarchs. And that was Coach Dom here talking about ODU men's tennis, talking about the fall season, what's coming up here in the 2026 season, and then relating to the fundraiser, the Monarch Mash there with Monarch Smash there in January, January 10th and 11th, and then opening of the new scoreboard there in February. So go Monarchs, and talk to you later.